You want to know why white people don't get shot or whatever, when they're getting arrested by the police? Because white people know how to behave. They show respect to authority. They don't resist arrest. They don't act like fucking animals. Every time a black person, whether it's a woman or a man, getting arrested, they always want to show out, and then they want to claim police brutality or whatever the fuck they want to claim. It's because you have no respect and no manners for authority. If a cop is talking shit to you, hey, let him talk shit. Guess what? They have the authority to let you go home or cuff you. So I want to go home. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and I'm going to listen to whatever they got to say. And then I can go home to my family. But y'all like to show out and y'all have no respect. And I'm mixed, so.
Cheddar cheese. So what are you trying to say, Cat Stacks? Are you trying to say that Eric Gardner, when he was being choked out, was being mouthy to the police? I guess I Can't Breathe is talking shit. How about Tamir Rice, 12 years old? The police said that they told him 3 times to put the toy gun down before shooting him in his stomach, murdering him at 12 years old. Come to find out, what the cop really did was basically rolled up, hopped out the car, and shot him. Because it was caught on surveillance tape, and that's how we found out about that crime. So he lied about it, like they usually do. How about Walter Scott? Was he talking shit when he was shot in the back 5 times? And then the officer tried to plant evidence next to his dead body? You know? These are just 3 of the incidents that I can name because they were actually caught on tape. Nobody hates authority more than white people. Cat, no offense because you have a high level of European genetics in you. But let's just get this straight here. Whenever it's time for somebody to go and threaten to kill a president, who is it usually? Almost always a white guy, white man, white male. Almost every time. You know? It's not a Middle Easterner, so-called. It's not a so-called black person. Hell, not even an Asian. Almost every time, a Caucasian man is threatening to kill a president. When a president assassination or attempt takes place, it's a white dude. I guess that's their respect for authority. If you commit crimes at all, that's a lack of respect for authority. It's not after you commit the crime and then you meet up with the police, you say, well, I'm not going to say anything. They say that your words can be used against you. So of course you're not going to say anything. If you've been informed properly, then you already know whether you're guilty or not to shut up. That's just automatic. You don't give them anything that they can use against you, period, in the court of law. I mean, hell, they warn you that they can do it, so why would you fall for the bait? But I've seen videos of white people, particularly white men, fighting with the police, and the police do not shoot them. I'm talking about punching police officers in the face, beating on them, not running from them or anything like that, not putting their hands up the way that Mike Brown did because somebody saw him when he got murdered and the person was on tape saying as it happened, he had his hands up. Right when it was happening, somebody's videotape saying that. And you know, I've seen white man after white man fight with the police physically and get away with it. And I'm sitting back like, well, why don't they shoot him? In all honesty, it's the complexion for protection, you know? And like I said, man, if you respect authority, there will be no need for authority because you don't respect authority after the fact that you did something wrong. If you commit crimes, that's already a lack of respect for authority. The whole reason why we have authority figures, so-called, is because people break the rules. So how do you respect authority but broke the rules? That makes 0 sense whatsoever. Then you have people like the affluenza dude who got into like a drunken car accident and killed a family of 4 or something like that. And he got off because they said that he had affluenza. He was like too rich and too privileged to know any better. Let me guess, he respected authority too, right? Now, Castax is my girl and everything, but I mean, some of the things that she says, man, I completely cannot co-sign. Talking about acting like animals and whatnot. Look, Kat Stacks, if anybody doesn't know, used to be a prostitute. So basically she was a career criminal. Literally, her career was to be a damn criminal. Now, so as far as what the police swear to do and whatnot, and the fact that they're civil servants, our tax dollars pay for these punks to live, to eat, to fund what they do, to fund their occupation. These cowards do not swear to kill people and beat the shit out of people because they were mouthy or resisted arrest. That's not what they swear to do. And they're not protecting anybody by doing that. That's a waste of money and a waste of time. Hell, we'd be safer without them. Having zero police is safer than the police raping people, beating people up, killing people. How about this? White people don't respect positions of so-called authority. How about that? How about that's the issue? White people get a little bit of so-called power, so-called authority, and let it go to their head. How about that? How about a complete abuse of so-called power and so-called authority? Same thing with these judges. I mean, they literally have things set up to send people to jail so that these corporations can make millions and millions of dollars. And it's no secret. And the judicial system works with the jails, and people invest in the jails because it's a business. You know, they're not keeping people safer. I mean, there's a reason why they want people in jail longer for crack than coke. Because they figure, well, it's usually black guys selling or using crack and white guys selling or using coke. So therefore, we're protecting white people by doing that, by giving them lighter sentences. The whole system is corrupt, and it's purposely set up to harm black males in particular, black people, but especially young black men, so that they don't make achievements past what white people are doing on average, to make sure that black men don't get too much, that too many don't get too much. It's purposely set up so that we don't prosper. So Kat Stacks saying this is just completely nonsensical. I would think with all of the black dick that she's had in her lifetime, she's had about as much black dick as any Kardashian has. I would think that Kat Stacks, of all people, would never say something like this. And no offense, but this is why I don't swirl. Literally, because of stuff like this. This is foolishness, and I hate to say it. And y'all know that I really mean everything I'm saying in this video, because this is Kat Stacks. I've always had nice things to say about her when other people had bad things to say about her. And I'm not really attacking her, but I'm definitely attacking her crazy way of thinking. Because what she's saying is just nonsensical. And I'm not going to go too deep into this particular topic in this particular video, because I don't have the time to do it, to really break things down with extreme specifics and go through it with a fine-tooth comb. But I just wanted to say this. What she said was nonsense. And this is why I don't swirl. You be laid up in the bed with somebody from another race, and then you turn over one night and they say some stuff like this to you, and you sitting there having Nat Turner thoughts. Not cool. Not cool at all. But anyways, man, shout out to Kat Stacks, because just because she said something foolish doesn't mean that she won't be informed at some point, apologize for what she said in the future, and realize that what she said was wrong. I have faith that with all that black dick that she loves, that Kat Stacks will change her mind. Now, of course, I'm just being stupid. I'm just being silly here. But all jokes aside, I think that what she said was wrong, but I do think that she, someday we'll see the light. I think she has good sense overall, but every once in a while she says something I cannot co-sign. This right here, I completely cannot co-sign it. Shout out to Kat Stacks. Don't ever say anything like this again. Please, please, please. You might have to call into my radio show and debate with me live on air. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Remember, people, our tax dollars do not pay the police to torture, maim, kill, rape, and pillage. That's not what they're there for. And if they are doing those things, and using our tax dollars to fund our oppression, they need to be charged with the crimes that they're committing, because they're basically a criminal force. They're not normal cops. That means that your police force has been hijacked by somebody, some evil entity. You can call it the Illuminati or whatever the hell you want to call it, but some sort of demonic entity has taken over your police force, because that's not what they say that they're supposed to do. Okay? Kill people or harm people, beat on people over mouthing off or resisting arrest. That's not their job. That's not what police officers are supposed to do, to be thugs with badges. All right? I'm not saying you should mouth off to the police or you should resist arrest. However, they constantly harass people, falsely accuse people, falsely arrest people and whatnot. They do so many dirty, grimy, and illegal things. They racially profile. They get caught all the time doing it, especially in places like New York. Forget about it. I mean, they just go really out of their way just to bother people, especially with that stop and frisk crap. They were up there patting down all these black men and Latino men. Come to find out, it was Caucasian people who were most apt to have something on them that they shouldn't have had. But they barely ever checked white people. But when they did, they were the most guilty. So racial profiling does not work. The funny thing about it is this Cat Stacks talking about people mouthing off. That's literally Cat Stacks' brand, is to mouth off. That's literally what she's known for. That's her bread and butter. But anyways, let me know what you think about it below. Meat Magazine on YouTube, meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.